fasting. First of all, intention. So what's intention? I mean, it's pretty hard not to have an intention. Okay. But I do know people that do this, they make me laugh. They say, if I get up in the morning for sihri, I will fast. That's not an intention. Because your intention has to be, I am fasting. You can't put little conditions on them. Like, you know, I know people do this for nothing fasts. They say, well, if I wake up in time and I get this, I will fast and so forth. But so you have to have an adamant intention that I'm going to fast, and it's valid. But you don't have to have that every day. But if you think about practically, you are doing that every day. You going to bed and say I'm going to get up to raise sihri. That's an intention for fasting. Okay. And so the only way it could happen is if you fell asleep for like 24 hours, 15, 16 hours or something, and you slept through that whole thing, you never had intention from sunset. So the intention has to be after sunset if we are to say that you have to have intention each day. Okay. So that's the most, so this is pretty straightforward intention.
Would it suffice at the beginning of the month to make?
Yeah, that's the Hanafi position, is that the Malikis have this, sorry. That they have it for, you make the intention at the beginning of the month and it's valid for the whole thing. But I don't want people to get too fixated on these sorts of things. You have an intent, have I made intention to pray? You're standing there, ready to go Allahu Akbar. It's pretty straightforward. You've got intention. Obviously, these issues are more like people who are they're not all there. They suffer from some mental health issues and so forth. They're not really sure about what they're doing. These people, they don't have to fast in the first place because they don't have an intention really, a resolute intention, and know what they're really doing. That's for intention issues. So any questions about intention beyond that? It's pretty straightforward.
What about the child?
The
childbirth for women?
Yes, we're going to talk about that. Yeah, let me get to that. That's an important issue. Puberty. And so when the child reaches puberty, the signs of puberty obviously being like voice drops, pubic hair and so forth, and all these sorts of things, it becomes obligatory for them to fast. The issue is with some parents is they don't let them fast still. But it's obligatory for them. Now, what I've noticed in primary school, some of the schools do not let them fast. And so don't make a big issue out of it, okay? Obviously, just let them fast weekends or something like that. They haven't reached puberty anyway.
Somebody who's not...
Yeah, they're not reached puberty anyway. Now, secondary schools, I don't think any secondary schools stop the kids fast. Yeah, it's not. So
primary school, they have lunch. They watch a week, but high school.
Do they? They police it. Is it going down your mouth? That sounds like the suffragette movement. They're force feeding them on something. So yeah, so just get them do it the weekend. Don't make a big kick out, a fuss out of all these things. Obviously, people have real they're really paranoid about fasting. They think fasting you're hurting yourself, which is not really true. But they think it's child abuse and all sorts of things. But just let them do weekends and so forth. But obviously, when they reach puberty, now it's an issue, and I think most schools make a big issue out of it. You can get out PE, I suppose. I don't know if they let you off PE and so forth. So it's not really an issue with children. So if they have reached puberty, they should be fasting. However, and this is this whole issue about, people are trying to basically say, because Ramadan's so long, we do it in a day. We say you can break your fasting. Have you heard these opinions? Some people say, some Arab fatwas came out basically saying, because Ramadan's so long for people in England and so forth, we say go with the fast of Saudi Arabia where it's 6 o'clock in the evening and you break your fast then. We don't need those sort of fatwas, because if you're struggling to fast, you can break your fast. So, and there's no sin on you. So if you're really struggling, say your kid's at school and he's feeling really dizzy, he can't focus, you can break his fast. There's no sin on him. Obviously, if he's reached puberty, he's got to make it up at another time. But we don't require someone to suffer when they're fasting.